Let's start just by dropping into our body. Listening to the sensations of the body. What comes up? What do you notice? Dropping into your body. Becoming hyper aware of the sensations on the inside as well as on the outside. Connecting with the sounds around you. Connecting with the texture, sensations of the breath. Noticing how the sounds around you are different than the sounds within you, and you can differentiate them. And riding your breath like a giant wave, explore the rise and fall as you inhale deeply. Suspend the breath and let it go. Releasing everything into the ether, feeling the emptiness, and following the natural impulse to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Naturally submitting to the rise and fall of your breath, the ebb and flow of the waves, just like the tide rushing in and out. It's involuntary. This automatic action of breathing in and breathing out, it'll happen whether or not you ask your body to. So without changing the breath, see if you can witness it. Be the observer, relaxing your forehead, relaxing your jaw, allowing yourself to sink into the ground, feeling the heaviness, the weight of your bones, while simultaneously feeling an energetic oppositional pull. The crown of your head lengthens up. Your long, sinewy spine stands erect, but with a sense of malleability, flexibility. There is a structure. It is a support. It is your skeleton. And your flesh is just draping, released and relaxed over the bones. So we have the flesh, the tissues spiraling, the circulation of your interstitial fluids between the joints, synovial fluids, your blood pumping through your veins and arteries, your cerebral spinal fluid, light, lifted sensation in the back of the neck, the crown of the head, the occipital lobe, really coming into awareness, bringing into mind your back body. How do we sense the back of ourselves? Not just being two-dimensional, even one-dimensional, considering all beyond the three-dimensionality of it, beyond that, going into 4D, going into 5D, living in an expanded sense of self, an understanding of the connectedness, the interconnectedness of ourselves with nature. We are a part of nature, connected to every being on this planet, every animal, every plant. We're all matter, energy, manifestation. And we have a lot of ability and potential, and it's harnessed within us. So by breathing, by focusing on our breath, we can enter these altered states of consciousness, other realms of our being, other ways of seeing our lives. Perception is reality. So what is your perception? Where are you getting your information from? Sensory information. Some of it we can control and some of it we cannot control. But our breath is always there for us. It's an anchor. So as we breathe in, we feel the cool rush of air sipping through our nostrils, energizing. And we feel full and light and suspended as we sense that air inside, perhaps more length, more growth. And as we let go, as we release, we can soften a little more. So letting go of everything extra that does not serve you. Letting go of excess, shedding, clearing with the exhale. And again, breathing in, inhale. From the base of the spine, all the way up, widening in the ribs. Expanding, opening up the space in between the collarbones. Gentle opening of the sternum, lift of the heart. Drop of the chin, lengthen the back of the neck. And as we exhale, we surrender, we soften. We maintain the structure, the length, the support of our spine, but we can release into it a little more, finding more flexibility, more room to grow, to drape, to open up. See if you can let go a little more. Listening to the sound of the breath. Explore different ways of breathing. Sipping in air for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Suspending. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sensing the sense of emptiness. 4, 3, 2, 1. Square breathing, inhaling on the vertical side of the square in our mind. Suspending the breath on the horizontal as we draw the next line of the square. Exhaling on the next vertical as we descend down the next side of the square. And as we go across the horizontal, we suspend the breath as we sense this feeling of not having air. And then we breathe again. And you can continue this at your own pace, with your own rhythm, your own intuition. If 5 feels like a good number for you, float with 5. If you like 7, go with 7. Challenge yourself to just feel a natural sense of ease instead of falling into the rigid structure of counting. If that doesn't really work for you, then just focus on even duration. Focus on inhaling fully and deeply, suspending the breath for about that same amount of time it took you to inhale, releasing fully, deeply, and thoroughly, same amount of time that it took to do the previous 2, and suspend without doing anything. Just be for that same time. So if you can even those out, counting helps to measure that space that we're creating, because sometimes our breath patterns are actually quite irregular. Maybe we're not exhaling deeply or even breathing deeply. Sometimes we breathe shallow and we'll stay up high, and we're not really nourishing all those tissues deep down in our pelvis. Let's breathe into our pelvic floor. Let's feel a sense of expansion. Let's feel this imagery of having nostrils on our heart, breathing into our heart, breathing from our heart, nostrils in the back of your neck, in your spine, nostrils on your sacrum. Breathe into your pelvis. Breathe into your toes, your shins, your knees, your ankles, your hip flexors, the crown of your head, your elbows. Breathe into your armpits. Breathe into your fingers. Breathing into your belly button. Taking some time to drop in and breathe from your entire body. All of it alive and awake and aware. Breathing deep and full. Inhaling And exhaling with a sense of energized relaxation, an active, relaxed focus. This calm yet aware marriage of the two. It's not one or the other. We can exist in a dichotomy. We can explore the contrast in life, and that's what's even more beautiful, is the not sameness, like the fact that we can be different. Embrace that. We all have something very unique to offer the world. So how do we go inside of ourselves, dig up that gift, share it, proclaim it, embrace other people with their gifts? We all are human. Let's treat each other the way that we want to be treated. And it's only step one, but it's really that simple to start with. And then we can go on and explore our pleasures. What do we love doing? What do we absolutely thrive on? What brings us pleasure and passion and joy and a sense of, I'd say, a healthy obsession? What do we dream about? What do we aspire toward? And whatever that is that brings you joy, that brings you some sense of fulfillment, keep going in that direction. Keep following it, because it doesn't feel like work. And yet the work you're doing will make a big impact. So trust it, follow it, and never, ever give up on it. Because who is going to believe in you if you don't? It starts with you. It starts with you. And it's not about that end goal. It's about the right now. And send love. Send compassion to yourself. Say thank you for taking this time to deeply work on the inner workings, deeply understand where you are, and being completely okay with that, because exactly where you are is exactly where you're meant to be right now. And we're all on a journey, and everyone's path has a different unfolding. Not everyone's path looks the same. We're all unique, even though we are so alike. We are more similar than we are different. But each of us has a unique journey, a unique life experience, and it's up to us. It's our responsibility to make the most of it. And by breathing, by studying the self, connecting with the world around us, making positive change, these are the things that will really save the world. These are the things that if each and every one of us could find it within our hearts and our desires to go and explore these things, we can become stronger and greater as a collective. Because as an individual, each and every one of us will understand how to transcend the petty things that drain our energy, that take away from the potential. Because there is infinite potential. It does exist. And it's up to us in our minds, in our bodies, in our actions to fulfill that destiny, to actualize it, to bring it to life. And I believe it's possible. I know it's possible. And I think it takes daily effort. So honoring yourself for taking this time to go deep, drop in, tune in, be with your body today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you have a blissful rest of your day. We're just going to breathe it back in. We're going to breathe it in. Inhale. Exhale. Starting to come back to your breath. Sensing the deep, cooling inhale. And the release. The soft, supple, easy exhale. Bringing some awareness into the toes and fingers. Starting to create little movements. Starting to find little slippery movements of the joints, the ball and socket joints. Feeling the expansion, the openness and space through our bodies. Becoming aware of our faces, moving our tongue and our mouth. Feeling the crown of our head reaching long and our sits bones in opposition if we're seated, or the length of our body if we're stretched out on the floor. Sensing wherever your body needs to be right now. And start to audibly exhale. Let it out. Anything that needs to happen, sigh, moan, sizzle, laugh, cry, let it go, shake it, twitch. Breathing in and out. And then rubbing your hands together nice and vigorously, creating heat and friction. Breathing in, getting taller and longer, creating more space in the body. And exhaling, continuing, and taking your hands and placing them over your eye sockets, cupping them gently. Start to open your eyes within your hands. See the gentle light streaming in. Feel the warmth and buzzing coming from your body. Feeling alive, taking it all in, seeing the world anew. And remembering it's up to us. It's up to us to refresh our perspective. It's up to us to go forth with a new, exciting life. Let's make a change. Let's make a difference. And let's be the best version of ourselves. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to share, and I'm excited to continue growing with you next time.